Good morning. Today I'll be talking about living a simple life. For me, on my journey, living a simple life simply means I start with, especially we talk about if you go into like a lot of people's closet, they have so many clothes, so many things they've not worn for years or whatever. For me, on my journey, I started with my closet, by getting rid of a lot of things, giving stuff away, and just cleaning out my space, from my room, my home, my living room, and looking under the cabinet. What are the things I'm just storing and not using? And I just begin to get rid of it, and another thing also is your food. You want to simplify your food. There's this myth out here that you need all these things, all this mixture of food, all these different things. But if you look at nature, you remember what I was saying in my previous video. What my grandfather told me is that watch nature at its best. If you look at animals, for example, a rabbit, it doesn't take a carrot and grass and eat at the same time. It simplifies its food. That's why I eat sometimes. People be like, oh, you're just eating a mango or you're just eating an avocado. And I said, yes. Sometimes I eat one food at a time. And for me, I have realized that I actually have more energy because my body does not have to process so much. But you got to also understand when it comes to nutrient is that when your body is at a homeostasis, the body, the mind will produce every single mineral that it needs. This whole meat, you need all of these things. It's a big meat. I remember when I had a monkey, I gave it banana for 1, 2, 3 years. That's all I'll feed it. And I was amazed how strong and how powerful it still was. And I wasn't giving it all this complicated food or whatever. We're not beings of complication. If you look at nature, nature has no complication. Okay, so you want to simplify your home, the things around you, your food. And then another thing I did was, simplify, like friends and people in your world, even family, the ones that when you're around, they give you so much headache, so much trouble. You people bump heads, you don't get along. You know how it is sometimes we meet someone, boom, we connect with them because sometimes they actually are spiritual family. And I always say this and I'll say it again. Sometimes you could be born into a family, but you're not of it. So sometimes you must know this. Because you're born into a family doesn't mean you are of that family. Sometimes you have to go out there, and I always tell people, find your tribe and love them hard. Because sometimes you find people who love you and respect you better than your family, than, the friends or whatever. And out of a sudden you meet these people and there's this bond, there's this connection. One thing about this life, there's everything function with effortless. You don't want to be struggling. You don't want to, put effort in things, trying to please people, trying to go to parties, you're not invited. You just want to find yourself, find your tribe, center yourself or whatever. And people who love to be around you, people want to celebrate you, people who just when you call them, they call you right back. Not people always, expecting something, want you to change, want you to be something that you're not or whatever. You want people just accept you for who you are, okay? And then another factor for me is going through my phone. Sometimes you go through your phone, you see all these people you've not talked to for years, you don't even remember them or whatever. You want to delete all of that because it's just energy. All of that is also holding you back. Okay, so you want to do all those things. You want to delete the numbers, they're no good or whatever. The fact that you've not spoken to someone for 6 months, a year, sometimes or whatever, you're never going to speak to them. So you want to delete all of that. You want to go through your friends also and see the ones, you people constantly bumping heads, and, you want to delete that. And you want to really be truthful to your own self or whatever. And then another way to simplify your life is becoming your own best friend. I know this is hard for a lot of people, is that, they're constantly running away from self. They know every single celebrity, they know every single music, they know every single TV program, but themselves they know nothing about. Always remember what the ancient have always taught us, man, know thyself. Only when you know yourself, you're able to move mountains into your world or whatever. Sometimes we think we need the whole world. No, sometimes you need just yourself. And if you make friendship with yourself, what happens is the greatest of things, you begin to realize how powerful you are as a being. You begin to realize that you are complete. You begin to realize that everything that's out there is within you. And when you come to this realization, trust me, the God within will rock your world. I have come to that realization. That's why I don't have to be something that I'm not. I don't have to do things. Oh, I'm shy. I'm this. I'm this. No, I'm just me. This is who I am, or whatever. And if people like it, or they don't like it, that's up to them. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to radio. I don't care what's going on out there. All I see is a peaceful world. I see loving people. I see amazing beings, or whatever. That's all. I don't know. Most of the time, people have to tell me, "Hey, do you know it's gonna rain? Do you know there's a hurricane coming?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure." But you see, just like the animals, they have a sense of knowing. If there's a catastrophe that's going to happen, they're all ready to flee. But us as human beings, we've lost that our intuition, to be able to know or whatever. But so we need to go back, centering ourselves, giving ourselves love, coming to know ourselves, so we can become in tune, just like the animals are. A lot of us will say we're better than animals, but if you look at them, they have a sense of knowing. They worry not, and they're